and welcome to this week's angel reading for July the 9th. My name is Farhan, and I'm a spiritual personal trainer and angel therapist. And this week, the angels would like to discuss with you the relationship that you have with yourself. And the emphasis on this week's readings, whether you pick card number 1, 2, or 3, are all kind of linked together in that they talk about how important it is, and they emphasize that the number one relationship that you have and the most important one is the one that you have with yourself. There's this fear that's emanating on our planet right now, and the fear is based in scarcity consciousness. And the scarcity is I don't have enough, um, I don't own enough, and finally, I am not enough. And this whole idea of not having enough or not owning enough or not being enough is all based in scarcity consciousness. And the angels are here guiding us this week in helping us to transform this idea by developing a new ideological way of thinking, and that is abundance. And abundance means allowing yourself to receive through the idea of self-love. And self-love means acceptance of the fact that you are a divine light being of God, and that who you are today, regardless of what you own or what you don't have, or what you look like, what you weigh, what kind of job you have, you are absolutely enough. There is no doubt in God's creation of who you are, and God wouldn't come down on earth today and say, you're not good enough. And you are a magnificent creation, divine light creation of God, and there can never be any mistakes in God's eyes. So this idea of scarcity is one of the leading fears on earth right now, and we all experience it to a certain degree, but it's surfacing and being magnified through social media. The idea that we measure now ourselves by how many likes we get on our posts, on our Facebook, on our pictures, and the whole idea of selfies. This constant need of validation and the need for people to see you and to hear you. There's this fear of invisibility. In other words, I'm desperate to be seen, I'm desperate to be heard, and it's becoming magnified and highlighted through our social media. So begin, the angels say, begin by transforming the idea of not being enough to accepting that you are a divine light being of God and that you are enough. And so that said, let's begin with this week's angel reading. And if you pick card number 1, it says, be honest with yourself. Are you truly being honest and truthful about who you are? And are you accepting yourself, or are you in need of others' approval? Are you constantly trying to get validation and approval of others? This card can also imply it's time to be honest with yourself about how you feel about a certain relationship. Not just a relationship with yourself, but perhaps with a partner. And are you being honest with yourself perhaps about a particular occupation or job? Are you trying to make it work or do the right thing by staying in the relationship or staying in the job? Or are you trying to convince yourself that you need to be a better person? And so the angels are encouraging you at this time to do some self-evaluation and to be really truthful. And the way to do that, if you picked heart number 2, is to listen to your heart. What is your heart really saying? The way that we connect to ourselves, to our soul, to our spirit is through our hearts. What is your heart really saying to you? And the heart can only speak in terms of love and come from a place of love. And if you're honest with yourself and you connect to your heart and you ask what your heart is feeling, it will only use words of love. And the truth is, your heart will probably say something like, you are absolutely loved, you are 100% loved, that there is no doubt that there is nothing but complete divine love for you. And it's time to open up your heart to be willing to connect and receive that love, because you are absolutely worth it and you absolutely deserve it. So repeat after me. I am worthy of love. I am absolutely worth it, and I absolutely deserve it. Okay. And finally, the innocence card, and this came up last week, and I believe the week before too. So if you're having any negative emotions, heavy types of self doubt, negativity, worry, perhaps fears about oneself, whatever it may be, whatever you're feeling that's heavy right now, turn it over to your angels and keep turning it over to your angels and God and ask them to take care of it. Turn it over to them over and over again, however long it takes. When you're making changes in your life and you're going through some radical changes and you're shifting your belief systems from scarcity consciousness to abundance consciousness, the ego will try to resist that change and try to pull you down towards that negative patterning, the old belief systems. And so, if you're struggling with it, that turn that over to God and the angels too. Remember, you are never alone, and you're always supported through all your life's issues and your worldly matters. Know that you have guardian angels supporting you, and you have God and the archangels. There is so many resources available to us on earth. God did not put us here on earth and leave us alone without resources to assist us. This school called Earth is one of the most toughest places on the entire solar system. The level of learning and the challenges that come with living on this earth are definitely challenging, and no one is exempt from them. But what you need to know is you are not alone. You are absolutely divinely supported. If you would like your own personal reading, please contact me at farhandalla.com, or on here on Facebook. You can private inbox me as well. If you're enjoying these readings, please let me know. Please write a comment in the comment section and share my posts with your friends. It is my pleasure to share these messages with you on a weekly basis, and I look forward to speaking with you next week. Till next time, angel blessings.